Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a nice little four-game NBA slate for you. Before I get started, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? We do have some pretty extensive injuries in this slate. For the Golden State Warriors, Curry is out, Wiggins is doubtful, and Melton is out. For the Pelicans, Murray and Murphy are out. For the Nets, Simmons and Bogdanovich are out, and for Utah, Hendricks is out. So with those injuries, injury going to be a big player in this slate. When it comes to just the teams overall, Golden State looks really solid today. I do think Brooklyn has some upside on the slate as well, uh, and of course Denver as well in the bigs. Well, pretty much in every position for them. So Denver, Brooklyn, and Golden State Warriors definitely going to be prioritizing a lot of those guys in our lineup. So there's a couple other guys like in Sacramento and Utah that you could definitely utilize some players from. So let's go ahead and get in this top plays here for point guards. Jamal Murray will be the most expensive option that I think has a lot of opportunity here as a point guard at $7,300. He's still a little bit too cheap for his upside. He's had 2 games almost at 40 fantasy points, and he needs 36 to pay off here. So I think he's in a really good spot in a positive matchup. I think he'll have a high scoring affair here, and I think that Murray will have a really solid outcome fantasy wise. I also like Dennis Schroeder for Brooklyn. He has been phenomenal in his first 3 games with the team. He Last game against Milwaukee, he exploded, and now with Simmons out, he's going to have more opportunity to run without Simmons being in the game, who definitely doesn't shoot the ball very much. So his assist numbers should stay up as well. I think he's in a great spot there, so he's definitely worth a look. Malik Monk for Sacramento is kind of a one-off guy today. He could be kind of boom or bust, but I think he has some upside in this matchup, especially with some of the situational plays there against Utah. I think he's gonna have a lot of opportunity. Probably get a few more minutes today than he did in Portland, so I look for him to get over 25 fantasy points today. And then from the Golden State Warriors, Podzimski, he's gonna have a lot of run today with Curry out. He's played 25 minutes every single game so far, but with Curry out, his upside goes up higher, and that gives him a lot of potential on this slate. Looking at shooting guards, Moses Moody is dirt cheap, and he should get more run today with the injuries there. And I think that he will get more potential today on the slate. I don't know that he'll start, but he definitely jumps up the page as a guy that you have to consider here. Uh, Buddy Hield also looks interesting for the Warriors as he's going to get more run as well. He's priced up a little higher than I'd like, but he definitely has some utility on this one, so he's definitely worth a look. I should mention that Peyton um, for them is going to get more run today. I just don't know how much more run if he starts, and he would be somebody to be very viable. But I don't know if he's going to do that yet. But Podzimski, Schroeder, and Murray can all play at the shooting guard position as well. Looking at our small forwards, obviously Buddy Hill can play here, but Cameron Johnson looks really good for Brooklyn. He seems like he's really priced fairly. He's going to get more run today with Simmons out, and he definitely has a good opportunity here to have a big game. Malik Monk can also play here as well. But Braun for Denver, he is one of the guys I really do like from Denver, and he's dirt cheap. He's played very solid minutes already so far this season. I look for that to continue here, and he's been playing ball really well. So as long as he continues to shoot the ball and play well, then he's going to have a lot of potential here, especially because he's getting some peripheral stats, which definitely helps. And he's just dirt cheap here. Michael Porter Jr. also looks good. Now he's typically a guy that's going to be streaky, but he started the season pretty solid, and this positive matchup definitely gives him a lot of upside, and so he's definitely worth a look there. Cameron Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. can play at power forward as well, but I do like Julius Randle from Minnesota. He struggled in his first game, but since then he's been dominating. He hadn't had a double double yet, but it's just a matter of time, and he does have that triple double potential occasionally. This game here against Dallas is definitely going to be a tougher matchup, but I think he's got some really good upside in this one because his price is still really fair. Zion Williamson does look interesting today. The only concern here might be that this game gets a little out of hand, but I do think he has some potential today if he gets in there for an extended amount of minutes, which is definitely capable of doing. Looking at our centers, Sabonis for Sacramento looks really solid against Utah. Utah is really struggling, and Sabonis has had a really big game against the Lakers. I expect him to have a really big game here as well because typically he does good against these type of teams, and he has that triple double potential. But I think he will get a double double, and he's just a little bit too cheap today to ignore. John Collins is a good cheap option for Utah. He's got some potential today. His minutes have been inconsistent, but he's definitely capable of a solid game, and he's been scoring the ball very efficiently, and that gives him a lot of utility here. Julius Randle can play here as well, and then Rudy Gobert from Minnesota. He looks really solid today. He hasn't been as consistent as Sabonis has so far, but he does have that double double upside, and as long as he doesn't get zero only get one field goal like he did against Sacramento, he should be able to pay off at this easy price point. So with that said, guys, the ownership at these positions from point guards, Jamal Murray, Dennis Schroeder, Brendan Podziemski, and De'Aaron Fox. For shooting guards, Buddy Hield, Jamal Murray, Dennis Schroeder, and Brendan Podziemski. For small forwards, Buddy Hield and Kuminga. For power forwards, Kuminga, and for centers, Domantas Sabonis and Rudy Gobert. So with that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you have any comments or questions,